My 2024 ladder predictions are here now. An in-depth analysis will be on my YouTube channel, FTFooty, so check it out there. But this is who I have got, and I'm going to talk you through why I've got everyone there. So, in dead last, I've got the Eagles. Unless Harley Reid pulls out a worldie, they're finishing dead last. In second last, I've got my boys, the Tigers. I've always been a pessimist with my club, purely because, you know, I grew up in that era where Richmond, our only good player was Richo. So I've always had that little bit of a pessimistic side to Richmond. But new coach, retirees of Cochin and Rewalt, terrible in the draft, terrible in the trade window. I think we're destined for at least bottom four. North, I've got next. Really good list. I think North Melbourne have that ability to jump into, you know, the sort of 12 to 14 range. And if you can't tell, it's on a tier list on different categories. 1 to 4, 5 to 8, 9 to 11, just missing out on the 8, blah, 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 blah. But North, still not quite there, but I think they'll make moves. They could finish above Geelong, Fremantle, and Gold Coast, but we'll put them there for now. I've got Geelong in 15th, a bit of a risky one. I just think with, you know, the trade window wasn't fantastic. Off-season, they weren't fantastic. They're old, aging, the second oldest list in the comp. I think they're going to drop down. The Suns, I'm not as bullish on the Suns as everybody else. Okay, so many fucking people, Cooney, so many fuckers think they're going to make the 8. No. New coach. All the Gold Coast players are so used to Stewie Jew's system for so many years, like 5, 6, 7 years. They have to change to dimmers, and that's not something you do overnight, okay? So that's going to take a while to implement, and therefore they're not going to jump super high up. But I do have them rising. Fremantle, I really struggled with Fremantle. They have a decent list, but I think they're going to have instability in the coaching department, which means they're not going to finish much higher than mid to low table. St Kilda, I'm sorry, St Kilda fans. You overperformed in 2023. Reality is your list is around 12th place. Same for Essendon. I think I would have put them lower, but they had a really good trade window. So I felt obliged to put them around where they finished last year, or this year, time of recording. Really good trade window, but they also overperformed, in 2023. But I do see a slight world where they do make the 8 because of how fucking good of a coach Brad Scott is. The Hawks. I've got the Hawks finishing 10th. I think they're going to jump really high. They've made good signings, and they're just looking likely with a good coach. Stability. Everyone's in sync. I could see them getting nearly in the 8. And, you know, 9 to 11 is sort of the teams that are in and out the 8 constantly throughout the years. All of them could make the 8 if they won an extra game or two. The Dogs I've got in 9th place, especially after Bailey Smith's ACL. This was, you know, made before it, but I think the Dogs just don't have the minerals to make the 8. Top 8. Melbourne I've gone in 8th place purely because the instability in the off-season and a pretty shit trade window. Adelaide I've got in 7th. I think Adelaide had the ability to rise a lot further, but I wasn't too keen on what they did on the off-season with their trades. And I think they just need to stop relying on Tex Walker. He's going to get older and older. And although he's still so brilliant, you just can't keep relying on him. So until they get a very, very strong and consistent key forward, I'm not backing them. I put Adelaide in 6th place. New captain, so I don't know. But I do back them. I just don't think Ken Hinkley's a good coach. So I haven't put them top 4. But they've made some really good signings. It might just take the signings a while to, you know, find their feet in the club. And especially considering 2 of those signings are key position players. Now, just missing out on top 4, I do have the Giants. I don't think they've got the best list in the comp by any stretch. I just think their game style and their coach are brilliant, which is what keeps them in good stead. But I do think they'll do well. If they get some of their injuries right, if Toby Green stays fit, they could finish top 4, but I just have them missing out. Top 4. I've got Brisbane sliding down a little bit. I just think maybe, is the hunger going to be there? I don't know. Whenever you lose a grand final, it's always hard to know what's going to happen. But you must remember, just because they finish 4th doesn't mean anything. They can still win the flag. This is at the end of the home and away season. I've got the Swans in 3rd. Great off-season. Really good trades. I thought they did brilliant in that. And they just have really good young players, so they'll get better year after year because that's how age works. In 2nd, at the end of the home away, I've got Collingwood. I just don't think they'll maintain it throughout the whole year. I think Fly McRae knows how to coach to win finals, not just to win home and away. And he'll probably be less concerned about finishing 2nd, but more concerned about getting in form at the right time of the year. And I've got Carlton finishing in first. I think they've got definitely a top 3 list in the competition, but I just feel like Carlton are just going to have the hunger to be the best team next year throughout the home and away season. Let me know what your top 8 is. This is just mine, for now at least. You know, big injuries could happen, and I might do a redo of this, but so far, this is my prediction.